This is for all the Grand National groupies, the people that love Grand Nationals. What's up, everybody? It's me and Ricky just decided that we haven't done a shop update for a minute, so we're going to do that. Then also talk about some new things that we got going. So it'll probably be two separate videos, but we'll give you a little preview on this one. But this is what we got going on this morning. We had a little we sprung a leak, so had to call the landlord and get that fixed up. The AC was actually leaking everywhere. Thankfully, Ricky's camera gear was not sitting there. But because of all that, we just decided we're just getting a new shop. You know, we're over this one. So we posted on Facebook about our new building, but we're going to give you, if you want to set a reminder, probably next week we're going to do a tour of the new place, all the stuff that we got going on over there. We have to remodel everything. It's a not that we don't have enough projects. We have another project, so we're remodeling that space to honestly have the ultimate race car facility. It's going to be pretty awesome. So thank you guys for all the support over the years to help us get there. I can't wait to show it off. It'd be a very rough show off, but and then hopefully we'll be in there maybe December or so. Brian's back there packaging up rear end housing. This is Jeffy's 235 Maverick, so he's going to run limited 235 with it. We love Jeffy a lot, and Brad really loves Jeffy. So we built this car a year or so ago, maybe two. Then it went to paint jail for a little bit, and then now it's back just for the final assembly. But we're actually wiring and plumbing this car, which we do not do that very often. Not that we're not good at it, it takes so much time. But Jeffy was just an awesome customer, so we're doing that for him. So most of the plumbing and stuff's done up here. This car, it's still carbureted, but it does have a Holly on it, and Brad's got most of the wiring tidied up for that. So the reason that Jeffy did that was he does want to eventually go EFI, maybe a blower or a turbo setup. He already had this engine when he started the car. Bischoff ended up going through it to make it a little bit better, but the Holly's going to control everything. This car is basically fuel injected, but with a carburetor on it. So all he would have to do would be to add the bungs, to the intake, do a coil and plug setup, and this deal could run on, it could be fuel injected. So that's why we did that, so he could upgrade it later. But right now he's just using the Holly for all the data, everything like that. Really cool little car. It's still on leaf springs, 25.3, all carbon in the back. It's got our adjustable leaf spring stuff on it. Just cool little car, real simple. That's one of the things I love about it. Just real simple little car. It's cool. Jeffy actually drove this thing to high school, which is rad. This deal is one of Milton's buddies. I'm challenging you here. This is one of Ryan Milton's buddies. Kind of a last minute thing. They just brought the truck out and they wrecked it. So just doing it's supposed to be a quick repair, but we found some other stuff that we had to fix on it for him. So getting the titanium firewall. It already had a firewall in it, just wasn't really up to snuff. So putting a titanium firewall in it and then enclosing the driver's area a little bit better. And then obviously this area is where it got hit. So we, slugged this, put a new tube on it, slugged all that, getting the door hung back on it. It's getting a new bedside. I actually had to cut all this off. This is new cab structure, but just trying to get it fixed back up for him so he can race this year. That's our car, so that doesn't matter. But this is what Jaybird's working on. This is for all the Grand National groupies, the people that love Grand Nationals. This is Dave Fistus's car. It came back from paint a couple weeks ago, but we were waiting just for space to get it on the rack, and then we had a bunch of stuff at powder coat. So Jay is doing his favorite thing. He is final assembling after a long build process.
Slacking off is my favorite.
Yeah,
thing.
Whatever. So Jay's just going over everything, kind of getting it blown back apart from paint. They put it back together somewhat just for transportation and stuff. So Jay is kind of going through and laying out all of his parts and all that. what do you do first when it comes back, Jay?
Slack off.
Yeah, get out of here.
When it first comes back from paint, I kind of try to disassemble it as much as possible, and then I start blowing out. Like, this thing has sand in it from when they sandblasted it before it got painted, or sanding dust or whatever. So I try to blow out everything and get everything cleaned up and organized, and then like game plan of attacking how to put it back together efficiently. So
how long does it usually take to put it all the way back together, like after you go through that process?
It kind of depends. It's not something that you can rush. The biggest thing with putting it back together, I think the hardest part, is getting all the carbon panels put back in it without scratching the tube up. I like my carbon panels to fit tight, which makes it difficult to put back together without tearing anything else up. You gotta keep from scratching the tube and also from chipping the clear coat that's on top of the carbon panels. So it's a delicate process, but
like Jay said, since he does such a phenomenal job fitting up all the carbon, there's a very minute room for error. And you'll notice in the back of our cars, Jay makes every panel as big as he can make it. So every panel, like, it has minimal panels. So if you can see on Jeffy's cars the same way, it's not broken up a whole lot. So just makes putting it back together that much more difficult. A lot of times he'll be taping the panels up, like rolling them together to try to, it's a lot of work. But then this car's a little different. This is the first one we did like this. And I've liked it so far. Is the chassis and the body actually got powder coated. So this whole chassis is powder coated. A lot of times we don't do that because we don't like to, we're always back into these things as their evolution of a race car. So touching up the powder coat is really difficult. But Jim Boitnott, this car is painted by Boitnotts, which Jim does an incredible job. He told me that if we ever get back into it, he'll be the one to touch up the powder coat. So once Jim said that, I'm good. Yeah, it's on Jim. So, but this is the stuff that you see with the powder coat, like Jay going through and just re-drilling all the holes, getting the powder coat out. That way, like, all of our suspension, we can adjust it with no problem. There's just a lot of time, even after that final assembly, just to make it all work really good, you know. Let's see. Show off the front of. Yeah, whatever. Go up front when Jay's doing it. All the powder coat parts. And then, yeah, just boxes of stuff. So we don't, like, all this stuff stays at the shop until the car gets back. And then once I know the car's getting back, that's when I send everything to powder coat, just so it's not sitting around for a long time. The way that Jim did the front end, I really like. It's kind of dirty. It's still got, you'll see like some of the buffing compound and stuff on it. Honestly, after we final assemble the car, it'll probably end up going back to Jim for him to just buff it one more time, just because, you know, when you're putting it together, unfortunately, we're going to do the best that we can, but the likelihood of us scratching is pretty decent. It's just a lot to put back in here. But all the tube work, again, is powder coated, and then they taped all that off, and then obviously the firewall body color. I mean, this thing looks awesome. It'll look so good all back together. Then, of course, like Jay was saying, like, these are our burn down tubes and stuff. Jay's been blowing all this stuff out to try to get as much of the media from, you know, from them blasting it out as possible. But you'll see this thing kind of go together over the next couple weeks. It'll probably, I know you kind of asked on time frame, it'll probably take us about a month to get it kind of back together. And then I think that we'll do some of the plumbing here just because we have a certain way that we want some of this stuff done. And then it'll go to Jeff Brandenburg, which is Dave's buddy, Dykes and Strippers Wiring. And he'll put all the fuel tech in it and then get it ready to fire up. So which all the electronics have already been mounted, so it should, not that any of this stuff's fast, but it should go pretty quick because it's all kind of already been planned out. But this is the fun part though, man, when they're all done. Got anything to add, Jay-Bird?
I like slacking off.
Just get out of here. But we all kind of put them back together, but Jay-Bird is really, if he had a title, he's honestly the head race car builder now. That's Jay-Bird. So
Official title.
yeah, in the new place, one thing we're going to do is give Jay a really nice area to final assemble, because it sucks bringing one of these really nice cars back and then it's just mixed in this mixed bag. So that was one of the goals of the new shop, was to have a place that not only our own race car stay. I mean, Charlie's sitting in the trailer, so that sucks. Like, we just don't have room, and he lives in the trailer. But we'll have a space that's really nice where Jay can final assemble a car if we built one, and then also where our own race cars will live. So that would be awesome. So, and if you've called and asked for race car work, Ricky's probably told you no. I do want to address that right quick. I'm not saying that we won't ever do it again. We're just not sure. We have the building coming together, which again is a huge. It's going to take a lot of time away from Brad and I being in the shop, just deal with contractors and kind of figure that out, which puts a lot of extra load on Jay. So that's why we've said no to everything. Is we want to get over there and get set up, kind of figure out our space and our game plan. And not that we won't ever build cars again. I just know that we're going to build a lot less. So we'll see what that's a super generic answer, but that's the answer. But as always, we appreciate you. Like, share, subscribe. Next video will be a tour of the new place.